Good afternoon. Once I get the MIDC attorney on, I will put you guys in a breakout room with them.
All right. Um, will, will the Zoom automatically put them in? Will I have to do something on my end?
Yeah, I'll just move you in there and
Okay.
then I can pull you guys out.
Yeah, if you could do that, I'd appreciate it.
Yep.
And she's gonna put you in a breakout room, and whenever the attorney gets on, he'll start talking to you. You can wave your hand for me when you got it. There's something I need to come back with. Wave your hand. So you know the audio is whatever you stay in for that court. So they push it right now.
Maybe I can salvage my job. I did talk to the plant manager.
Good afternoon, Van Buren.
Good afternoon.
This is 230491 SM, State of Michigan versus Vernon Glass.
Stand up, come up right here. Okay. Stand right up right there.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
State your name for me, please.
Vernon Eugene Glass, Sr.
Mr. Glass, the way the paperwork came over to the court indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this afternoon. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
It's your intention to represent yourself for this arraignment.
Yes.
Mr. Glass, it is alleged that on June 30th, 2023 in Van Buren Township that you did the following: commit the act of count 1, domestic violence. It's alleged that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Demetria Hubbard Bullock, an individual with whom you have a child in common, contrary to MCL 750.81 sub 2. Sir, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Sir, for purposes of the arraignment, because you are unrepresented, the court will have you stand mute to the charges against you. There is a recommendation, sir, from Van Buren Township that your bond be set at $5,000, 10%, and the condition of your bond is that you have no contact with Demetria Hubbard Bullock and that you do not return to 5872 Victoria in Van Buren Township. Do you have a response to that bond recommendation, sir?
I don't have money right now. Actually, I had to miss today from work, dealing with this. I'm behind on the bills right now, and I'm just trying to get them caught up. I was able to contact my plant manager this morning, and I think they're gonna be liberal enough to allow me to still come to work. If I can't, I'm the only person that has the house that she's in now. I own that house, and we don't have one child, we have 2 children, and both are under 2 years old. But I'm the one who pays the bills there. So if I can't get to work, there's no way I'm gonna be able to take care of that. So as far as not being able to go home, I'll just have to go somewhere else. But am I gonna be some type of? Well, I can try and call somebody. Maybe somebody will loan me money or something.
Mr. Glass, prior to today's interaction with the Van Buren Township Department of Public Safety, when was the last time you had contact with law enforcement?
Some years.
Some years? What's some years, sir?
Yeah.
2 or 10?
3. I think 3. Somewhere around 3. Yeah.
Where do you work?
At Real Truck, over there by the airport. It used to be called Truck Hero. They make truck bed covers over in Ann Arbor, and they ship them over here where I work at. I've been up there for around 2 years.
How long have you been there, sir?
I've been there around 2 years.
Sir, the court will depart from the recommendation made by the police department. Will set your bond at $5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this matter is resolved in its entirety. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the complainant, the victim in this case, that being Demetria Hubbard Bullock, and that you do not return to that 5872 Victoria address in Van Buren Township. I heard you indicate that there are 2 minor children involved. That is the only reason that you may have contact with the alleged victim in this case, is to arrange for child care or child support. But you can do that through a third party. Other than that, no contact with Ms. Hubbard Bullock. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I say something real quick?
Not about what happened, but if there's something.
Okay. I took Miss Hubbard yesterday. I've been taking her around because she's been trying to find her own place. And as far as I know, she has her own place now. on Eureka Road, building 35 at Gateway Townhomes. She just signed a lease for it yesterday. Besides that, she has 2 other addresses that
Mr. Bullock, I'm only stopping you because right now,
I'm
you're
Glass.
here.
I'm Mr. Glass. You call me
I was
Mr.
gonna
Bullock.
say, I did. I'm so sorry, Mr. Glass.
It's
The
okay,
reason I'm stopping you is because you're here and there's no one here representing the state of Michigan. There's no prosecutor here. So what I will do right now is say, do not return to that address. But between
Mhm.
now and your next court date, which will be July 11th, 2023 at 9:10 a.m. on Zoom with Judge Green, if you're able to get this, if she is relocated and the
Okay.
property is available for you to return to
Yeah.
Victoria, you can do that then. But sir, in the interim, again, this is case number 230491 SM. Your next appearance date is Tuesday, July 11th, 2023 at 9:10 a.m. And that will be
No.
on Zoom in courtroom number 3 with Judge Green. Yes, sir.
Real briefly, she does work for the Romulus School District Garage. Am I allowed to go get clothing from the house during her work hours while she's at work?
I will explain how you're able to do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was gonna
You'll get
say,
one.
yeah,
And I'll explain it.
public safety will do a civil standby with you that you can retrieve enough property to be able to get from here until July 11th.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
But at that time, when you reappear on July 11th with Judge Green, the prosecutor may have more information and they may be able to make some changes to your bond. There will be a court-appointed attorney available again to you on that day. I would suggest that you use their services, okay?
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Glass?
No.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mr. Glass.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
No.
This is 230492 SM, State of Michigan versus Alice Matson. May I have,
They're right there, sir.
good morning, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon,
State your name for me, please.
Alice Matson.
Ms. Matson, the staff has sent the file upstairs and there is a form in the file that indicates that you are waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this afternoon. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You intend to proceed with this arraignment by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Matson, it's alleged that on June 30th, 2023 in Van Buren Township, you did the following. Count 1, domestic violence. It's alleged that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon James Thomas Matson Jr., a resident or former resident of your household, contrary to MCL 750.81 sub 2. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines up to $500 plus court costs. There's count 2, domestic violence. It's alleged that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon Sylvia Jean Matson, a resident or former resident of your household. Again, contrary to 750.81 sub 2. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Count 3, assault or assault and battery. It's alleged that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon the following person: James Thomas Matson Jr., contrary to 750 MCL 750.81 sub 1. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Count 4, assault or assault and battery. It's alleged that you did make an assault or an assault and battery upon the following person: Sylvia Jean Matson, contrary to MCL 750.81 sub 1. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. Ms. Matson, because you are unrepresented by an attorney, the court will have you stand mute to the charges against you. Ma'am, you also have the right to be considered for pretrial release. There's a recommendation from Van Buren Township Department of Public Safety that your bond be set at $5,010 and condition of your bond that you have no contact with James or Sylvia Matson and you do not return to 14228 Hannon Road in Van Buren. Ma'am, what do you say in response to that recommendation?
That's okay, ma'am. I understand.
That's okay?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Ma'am, you having no response or objection to the bond, the court will adopt the recommendation set forth by Van Buren Township Department of Public Safety, set your bond at 5,000, 10%. Condition of your bond is that you have,
Sorry, I don't have, anyone to actually call and maybe bond me out. I do work over the weekend. Is there any way I could get a personal bond, please?
I asked you what your response to the bond was and you had no response. You
Well,
said that
I'm
was
sorry.
okay.
No, that was honest, it was in regards to, I'm not going back home. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. It would be appreciated if I could get a personal.
Ms. Mattson, respectfully, the criminal history that you have gives the court concern about your ability your threat to the community and public safety in general. The court will adopt the recommendation made by Van Buren Township, ma'am, and set your bond at 5,000, 10%. Condition of your bond is that you do not return to that Hannon Road address and you have no contact with James or Sylvia Mattson. Ma'am, no contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact by social media, no contact through third parties. If the court receives report that you have made attempts to be in contact or communications with these persons, it could be viewed as a violation of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you can spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. Your next appearance date, ma'am, will be July the 12th, 2023 at 10:15 a.m. And that will be with Judge Green in courtroom number 3 by Zoom. Anything else, Van Buren?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. That concludes this matter.
Have a seat, ma'am.
My little brother.
Let me shut this down first, and I'll answer questions.
Thank you. This is 230491. Let's try that again, Mr. Jadala. This is 230493FY. This is State of Michigan versus Onaji Neely. May I have your appearances, please?
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Jadala, 62186, MIDC Arraignment Counsel, appearing on behalf of Mr. O'Neely, who joins us from the Romulus PD Jail, Your Honor. For purposes of today's arraignment, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Neely understands what he's being charged with as well as the possible penalties. I've gone over his rights. He does understand those. We're going to respectfully request court-appointed counsel moving forward, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Would you state your name for me, please?
Yes, Onaje Neely.
Thank you. Mr. Neely, were you able to hear Mr. Jadala just now?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand the reason that you're here, the charges you're faced with?
Yes, ma'am.
This being the day and time set for your felony arraignment, sir, you have an absolute right to be represented by an attorney going forward. If you're unable to retain an attorney through your own resources or that of friends and family, the court is able to appoint one to you. There is a petition for court-appointed attorney attached to the front of your file. The court has signed that. You will be assigned an attorney going forward. That person will use the information on your petition to be in contact and communication with you. Sir, you also have the right to be considered for pretrial release. The recommendation from Romulus Police Department is that your bond be set at $250,000 cash based on the fact that you have failure to appear out of Wayne County, that you have a detainer for stalking from Wayne County Sheriff's Department due to your reputation and character, that you were currently on bond, and you had a no contact order with the victim. You already had other aggravated stalking case with an open drug case and a pending case in the Third Circuit Court. The seriousness of the offense at question here and the probability of conviction, prior runs at the location with the victim. The police note that there have been 13 Domestic violence related runs between yourself and the alleged victim, in this case, Ms. Shemetria Burns. The police department requests that in addition to the bond, the following conditions be imposed: that you have no contact with the victim, and that even if you were to post the bond, that you be placed untethered with that no contact provision remaining. Mr. Jadala, what say you to this bond recommendation?
Your Honor, Mr. Neely is 35 years old. He's gainfully employed full-time at DQS Transport. He works from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 days a week, Your Honor. He does have 2 children, ages 14 and 10. Your Honor, he's been incarcerated for a day now, and we just wanted to make sure that the court understands and Mr. Neely understands the no contact order. I believe it was this court that placed the no contact order on Mr. Neely originally when his original case was in district court. He just wants the court to know that he abided by that, and it wasn't that he sought her out, she sought him out. She came to his home, to his address at this time, at the alleged, these allegations. She came to him, Your Honor. And without speaking to the facts of this case, we just think that that's an important distinction. Although I've explained to him that a no contact order means no contact, and he should have acted differently than to allow her in. What he should have done is called the police to make sure that he explained to them that there was a no contact order and the alleged victim was outside. He does understand. We just ask if this court would consider just keeping the same bond that he has on the last case and to keep the tether.
Thank you. Mr. Neely, you had your hand up, sir?
Yes, Ms. Martin, I'm still on tether.
Okay.
Like, from Tuesday, I was supposed to get off the tether, but since Miss Ramsey and her death, she's real sick. She's on, like, she got COVID for 3 weeks. So her whole courtroom been closed down. So I'm still on tether to not even go towards, to go over that to the victim's house. I've been on this tether for a year and a half. So I'm not going nowhere. I work every day. I got other court cases that I go to that I've been going to frequently. I have not ran. I've been on tether, so I couldn't run or not show up at court. I've been going to every court date. I'm not a flight risk.
Mr. Neely, the evaluation of bond is not just that you're a flight risk, it's that you're a threat to the community. And the fact that you were here with me in courtroom number 1 on Tuesday with the same alleged victim gives the court cause for concern about your ability to have no contact with Ms. Burns. That being the case, the court will adopt the recommendation made by the Romulus Police Department and set your bond at $250,000 cash. If for some reason you're able to post that money, you will not be released without being placed on a GPS tether for location. A condition of your bond is that you have no contact with Ms. Burns. No contact means no contact, no direct contact, no contact with third parties, no contact through social media. If this court receives report from the police department that you've been in contact or tried to be in contact with Ms. Burns, it will be considered a violation of the terms of your bond. Your bond could be revoked and you can spend the rest of these proceedings in custody. The court would note that in addition to the information read from the bond recommendation from Romulus Police Department, Mr. Neely has an extensive criminal history that goes back to at least 2011. The court has concerns. Mr. Neely has failed to appear in this courthouse on various cases before. Mr. Neely, your next appearance date will be on July 12, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. That will be with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Again, this case number is 230493FY. Next appearance date, July the 12th at 8:30 a.m. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Jadala?
Nothing further from me, Judge.
Anything else, Romulus?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
You as well.
Thank you. Mackenzie, in the Matson case 230492 SM, there was a cash bond placed, and I think the time we gave her was at 10:15. I don't believe that that's accurate. It probably should. Let's double check the time. I'll bring the files down to you in just a second. Mr. Jadala, that's it for real this time. Thank you for logging back on. Have a great
Absolutely.
weekend.
You do the same, Judge. You and your staff.
Thank you.